Hello. Okay, time for a YouTube video. This is a 50 facts about me video. I got this idea after watching Charlie Short, also known as Pinkstylists. If you haven't checked out his videos, by the way, please go check them out. Lovely videos. He's a great makeup artist out of England, and I really enjoy watching his stuff. He's got some pretty cool videos. Alright, fact number 1. I have 2 siblings. Yes, I am technically the middle child. I've got an older brother who, if I want to talk to him, I need a Ouija board. And I've got a younger sister who is, well, I say 5 years younger than me, but she likes to get technical because she was born 1 week, literally, before my 5th birthday, so she likes to say we're 4 years and, a week apart. Fact number 2, I do not look my age. Despite what, might be coming across on camera, I'm not sure. I am actually 27 years old. I'm going on 28 years old this year in June. Getting close to 30. Number 3, I do not act my age. That's one thing that I kind of pride myself on, actually, is not acting my age. I think, a lot of people get, flack for, if they're in their, mid to late 20s or stuff like that, and they don't start acting like an adult. They get flack for, why don't you act your age? Why don't you act like someone who's getting ready to be 30? To that. Number 4, I cannot stand Major League sports. Nothing against, MLB, NFL, NBA, all that stuff. I just can't get into it. To me, it's boring, to be quite honest with you. It's Dollsville. Comparison would be, when you turn the TV on Sunday in the afternoon, and only thing on the major channels like CBS, NBC, all that is golf. Try sitting there watching that for 3 hours. That's what Major League Sports feels like to me. Number 5, I've got 2 middle names. I got my first middle name from my grandfather. I've got my second middle name from my older brother, whom I mentioned earlier. Number 6, I dread my last name. Yeah, I got that from my my grandfather as well, and the reason why I dread it is because during high school, middle school, and from 3rd grade on, there was another Anthony in my class in my year, so I got called by my last name. Got to the point where I was I think I was in high school or something like that. I just completely started ignoring people when they called me by my last name. If you didn't call me by my first name, I'm gonna talk to you. Number 7, I love to cook. I love to cook. I was taught how to cook by my grandmother, who is, unfortunately no longer with us. Lost her in 2009. Major medical complications all went, and at one time. Number 8, even though I am 27 years old and I've been legally able to drink for, 6 years now, I have never been drunk. Yeah, it might seem a bit strange, 27 years old, and drink has, quite a few alcoholic beverages, and I have never been drunk before. And I plan to keep it that way. I drink more for pleasure than for, getting drunk. However, I do like fruity drinks. I like a good, strawberry daiquiri or, dirty banana, blue Hawaiian, something like that. Number 9, I have never broken a bone. Yeah. 27 years, never broken a bone. Hopefully it stays that way. I've had a couple of close calls, but never broken a bone. Number 10, I have never had stitches. Yeah, as you can imagine, I'm sure, all of you out there have had, scraped elbows, scraped knees, bruises, bangs, stuff like that. But I have never had stitches. That kind of plays into number 11. I have never had a surgery in my lifetime so far. Yeah, I still have my tonsils, I still got my appendix, I still got my gallbladder, so all the stuff that, you can usually get taken out when you're a kid, hadn't happened to me. Still have everything. Number 12, I have never been off of the east coast of the United States. Yeah. I am currently in the southern United States, about as far south as you can go before you hit Cuba. Not in Miami, though. I'm actually up closer towards the middle. Let's see, number 13, I have never left the country. Yeah, never been to, not even Canada. Did accidentally go to New Jersey one time, but that's kind of like going to a whole nother planet, I guess, for some people that have never been there. I am not a big fan of raw vegetables. That's number 14. It kind of goes with, kind of goes against the whole I love to cook thing. It's funny. I mean, I'll eat vegetable soup. I'll eat, cooked vegetables. I love good vegetable soup, minestrone soup, stuff like that. I love that. But to outright eat like raw vegetables, like eat like a salad or something like that, not gonna happen yet. I am not a fan of spicy food. It's number 15. Yeah, I'm not all that big a fan of spicy food. And I mean spicy as in, like guzzle down a gallon of milk that's just so hot type stuff. But if you got like spices in it, like turmeric and coriander, stuff like that, I'll eat. I have no problem with that. It's the heat spices I'm not a big fan of. Number 16, I do not like modern rap music. Not a huge fan of that at all. Not to say that I don't like some rap songs, but I'm more like late 80s, early 90s. I like Can't Touch This, MC Hammer. I like Baby Got Back, Sir Mix-a-Lot. A couple of Vanilla Ice songs, a couple of things from Criss Cross, stuff like that. But yeah, not a big fan of the modern rap movement. I love anime movies and cartoon shows, the anime cartoons. I've been watching Pokemon ever since it came out over here in the U.S., which was back when I was in the 5th grade. That was like, I think it was almost like 15 years ago, something like that. 15, 20 years ago, something. So yeah. Number 18, I love ice cream. Just about any flavor, as long as it doesn't have, like nuts in it. I think the only flavors that I don't like are like ones that have nuts in it, or like flavors like rum raisin, something like that. I just, for some reason, to me, I don't know why. Number 19, I get tongue-tied when I'm nervous. They might have some people might start, fidgeting when they get nervous or something like that. But, when I start talking, I get, kind of tongue-tied when I get nervous. I start going, but, yeah. Okay, what are we on? Number 20. I've got a morbid sense of humor. And the fact that, I watched, shows like 1,000 Ways to Die and stuff like that, and some of the stuff on there is it's humorous in a way to me, and I'm not being mean or anything to the people. I know they died, stuff like that, but I mean, they just went out in some weird ways. Plus I've read some older Victorian era books that mention ways that people have died, stuff like that. And it's stuff that you wouldn't hear about nowadays. One guy got spooked by a horse, fell back, tripped over something, and ended up falling out the top floor of the barn and landing on the fence. Sorry, don't mean to laugh at that. But yeah. It's number 21. A lot of people talk about their first cars, or what's their dream car or something like that, and they say like a Mustang, like an old 67 or 65 Mustang, or they want an original Shelby Cobra or something like that. My dream car is actually a hearse. I get weird looks when I say that, but I explain to people the reason why I want a hearse. 2 reasons actually. One, there is a lot of trunk space. I know some of you might be laughing about that. And 2, if I ever get into a car wreck and I go kaput, the only thing they have to do, instead of pulling me out and stuffing me in the back of an ambulance and all that stuff, the only thing they have to do is get a tow truck and get me out of the front of the hearse and stick me in the back of it. There you go, the morbid sense of humor again. Number 22. I like old style firearms. Stuff ranging from Revolutionary War era up to about World War II. Right around that era. There are some modern guns that I do like, but majority of stuff I like is like the older the older stuff, the Colt 45s, the, Springfields, stuff like that. Number 23, I like horror movies. I like scary movies. I'm a big fan of them. I like a lot of the older stuff. Like the original, like Night of the Living Dead, Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein. If you ever get a chance to watch those movies, I highly recommend watching them. They are, in my opinion, the better part of cinematic history. A lot of modern day horror movies, I'm talking like stuff like the late 90s up until now, I think deals a lot more with like the gore factor and stuff like that than like the actual like monster movies. I think like one of the last couple great monster movies, in my opinion, were like Friday the 13th with Jason Voorhees, Child's Play, Chucky, the little living doll. He gets scared of something that's 2 feet tall, and it's like, okay, I'm never looking at Toys R Us the same way again. Definitely Nightmare on Elm Street, and I'm talking about the original Nightmare on Elm Street, not the new remake thing that they did, which in my opinion is, I think they screwed that one up. Anytime you do like a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, you gotta get Robert Englund. That's it. Robert Englund is Freddy, always will be Freddy. I don't really think you can bring in a new person to play Freddy. Number 24, one of my favorite, all-time favorite movies is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yes, science fiction double feature, and I don't mind doing the time warp. Number 25, I have had 2 pet birds and 1 fish. No dogs yet. Though I'd really like a dog. I like pugs or English bulldogs, or I would like to get one that's called an Irish Wolfhound. It's supposedly, from what I've seen, it's rumored to be bigger than the Mastiff and the Great Dane, but they're supposedly real gentle. Number 26, I outnumbered my women in my immediate family. I've got my sister, my mother, and my little niece. So yeah, one man only. Number 27, I love Halloween. Number 27, I love Halloween. It's one of my all-time favorite holidays, next to Thanksgiving. I love cooking holidays. But yeah, Halloween, one of my favorite holidays. Can't get enough of it. I like it, especially now that we're living down here in Florida. I'm really gonna like it, because hopefully this year I get to go to Halloween Horror Nights. I have been wanting to go to this for years. For years I have been wanting to go to this. Number 28, I hate cold weather. I'm not a fan of cold weather whatsoever. I used to live back up in Maryland. I dreaded wintertime up there, because there could be times when, our high temperature would be, 10 to 12 degrees for a daytime high, and at night it would be like single digits or negative. Number 29, I love thunder and lightning. I love, sitting at a window or sitting outside if it's not raining and watching, the lightning flash in the sky and listening to, the rumble of thunder, go over the head. That's one of my favorite things. I find it so relaxing. I also find it so interesting to watch the lightning bolts, see the shapes they take and all that stuff. Number 30, I hate getting caught in the rain. Yeah, not a big fan of it at all. Ironic though, last year I worked in a water park, and there was one section of that water park called the Rainforest. There was basically a jungle gym whose water piping had sprung a leak all over the place, and I was basically wet all day in that thing, and number 31, I'm around 5'10" height wise, roughly. I'm taller than both my mom and my sister, and I think I'm a little taller than my grandfather. Number 32, I like to use a straight razor. Yes, I know it's a little bit old-fashioned, but hey, I like it. You don't have to worry about the razor getting clogged up like you do with the modern multi-blade razors that clog up after 2 strokes, and you have to rinse it off. Shaving with a straight razor, I can shave my face in about maybe 5 to 8 minutes, whereas with a modern multi-blade cartridge, it can be maybe 15 minutes. So yeah. Number 33, I have astigmatism with the glasses. Basically what that means is my vision is basically like an out-of-focus camera. If you ever look through a camera that's, out of focus or stuff like that, and things are blurry no matter where you look, up close or far away, that's pretty much what I see without my glasses. Number 34, I hate talking politics. Politics is like one of the things that I stay away from talking wise, because somebody's always got to be it's I'm right, you're wrong, blah blah blah. Stay away from that subject. Number 35, not a fan of the police force. I know there's good cops out there, definitely. If you look on YouTube, look for some guy named Sergeant Guthrie, I think it is, or Staff Sergeant Guthrie, something like that. He gives a good example of how police are supposed to interact with people, not pulling their gun out and firing off 8 rounds into your back, something like that. Those are cowards. Number 36, I like to crochet. Yeah, it's one of my new favorite hobbies. Picked it up a couple of years ago, and I've made a few different things. I've made a couple of rugs. I've made about 9 or 10 hats. I've made a blanket for my grandfather, an Afghan-style blanket. I also made a couple of baby blankets for my niece. That was fun. I got to do new designs, stuff like that. Going in with the number 36, number 37, I like to knit also. Though knitting is something kind of new that I'm getting into, so it's still in its learning stages right now. So no knitting any sweaters quite yet. Number 38, I like to draw. That's one of my oldest hobbies. I've been drawing as long as I can remember. I've never taken any formal training in drawing, so my drawings are more just for fun than to actually look realistic to anything. Number 39, as just explained, I'm a bit of a crafty person. I like I can sew. I'm not sure how many guys out there my age can say that they can sew up something with their hands. I don't own a sewing machine, never really learned how to use one. I prefer hand stitching stuff, mainly because it's more, in my opinion, it's more, you've got more control over what the needle's doing as opposed to using a machine. Number 40, if I had any superpowers, I would choose, I have to say, like, teleportation for one of them, because, you don't have to worry about, traffic jams. You don't have to worry about, TSA at the airport. You don't have to worry about, getting stopped by the cops and stuff like that. Teleportation, you just think, oh, I want to be at Walmart, and you're there. I'd also go with, immortality as a superpower, mainly because I would love to see what the future entails. Are we ever going to have mass contact with extraterrestrial life, and is it going to be, is life going to be like it is, on Futurama, where you got, aliens, walking around with humans and robots and all this stuff. I've always kind of wondered that. Number 41, I like dinosaurs. I'm kind of into dinosaurs. I always have been, ever since, since I was like 3 years old. I got it's like 2 or 3 years old. I got a book for my birthday, I think it was, called The Great Dinosaur Atlas, and believe it or not, I still have it. Still have it to this day. It's in storage right now. And one of my favorite dinosaurs is called Enchilodon. It's really a really interesting looking dinosaur. It's kind of like a walking armored tank, basically. It's got these like bony, like, not spines, but like bony protrusions, all over the back of its body, along its sides, on its head, and it's got this, big honking, like sledgehammer wrecking ball type tail. Number 42, I consult tarot cards from time to time. My grandmother used tarot cards. Unfortunately, I never did get her to teach me how to use them. I really wish I had, but I've been learning on my own. I've been using tarot cards for dummies. So let's see. Number 43. I'm a little bit spiritually sensitive. When people say, like, they see like a shadow, out of the corner of their eye, or they see like a figure that was, there 1 second, gone the next, something like that. I'm a little more in tune with that. My grandfather, apparently is the same way. He tells me that he can't go to the Gettysburg battlefields because he says that he can hear the battle still going on, the cannons firing off, the muskets going, people getting shot, groaning in pain and agony and stuff like that. He says he can't go there because he supposedly can hear that stuff. Number 44. I didn't get my first cell phone until actually after I graduated high school. Believe it or not, never had a cell phone throughout high school. Never really needed one before then. Got it kind of on a whim. I was down here in Florida on vacation. I think it was like the day before we were gonna leave or something like that, and walked into a cell phone store and bought a little T-Mobile flip phone. That was my first cell phone. Number 45. I have 2 tattoos. I've got a yin yang and the mark for the Anbu Black Ops. If you watch Naruto, that's kind of like a little swirly thing with a little mark under it. Kind of looks like a wisp of smoke. Number 46. I'm gay. It's not something that I'm ashamed of. It's something that I've embraced for a long time. I kind of really figured it out decisively when I was like 11 years old. But I had always kind of leaned towards guys growing up. I can remember back in like first and second grade, I always liked being around, my male classmates, but, I never really figured, anything other than, that was normal. First, second grade, you're not into girls, you think, oh, kitties, Number 47. I don't get what, women see in, like, some of these, the top, sexiest guys or something like that. I think Robert Pattinson got it, a couple years ago or something like that, and like George Clooney and Tom Hanks, Cruise, one of them. Anyways, I don't really get what they see in them. Me personally, I don't find them all that good looking. So my opinion. So number 48. My favorite wrestler is The Undertaker. I've always liked the Dead Man. To me, he's like the master of the mind games. You got like new guys like Bray Wyatt are in there now trying to take over, being the master of the mind games or something like that. They will never hold a candle to the Dead Man, I can tell you that right now. Number 49. This is a little weird. I've got what I call, reverse. I wouldn't say it's a fear of heights, but I don't like standing next to like tall buildings and looking like straight up at the top of the building from like right down below it. I get dizzy. I'm the same way when you go into like the big old buildings that have like the domed like ceilings, and going in there and looking like straight up at one of them things, I get the same dizzy feeling when I do that. Not a fan of doing that, but I do like roller coasters. I don't mind going on roller coasters. I don't mind going on, rides in general, but doing something like that, standing next to, like the Empire State Building and looking straight up. And number 50, I will never grow up. Yeah, I know it sounds like Peter Pan. I don't want to grow up. But yeah, I think that if you stay, thinking like a child, seeing the world as a child, and learning things, continuously, and you look at things through like the mind of a child, then I think you're gonna stay like forever young. Okay, that was a okay, bad song reference. But yeah, never gonna grow up. Always going to. I've told people, I'm gonna be, 90 years old sitting in a nursing home, and comes around Saturday morning, I'm gonna be up, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna be up with my TV on, and I'm gonna be, eating a big old bowl of Lucky Charms and watching Saturday morning cartoons. So I hope you've had fun listening to me do this video. Got the idea from Charlie Short, pinkstylist. Thanks, Charlie, for the idea for doing this video. Love your work. Keep doing it. And see you guys. Bye.